What's up, guys, and welcome back. So today we've got an absolute special one. It's our monthly recap with the Wolfpack. And if you guys do not know who the Wolfpack are, we have Drew, we have Craig Taylor, we have Mr. Davies all together to talk everything about current affairs, things going on, things to look forward to, and what's going on in the scene. So welcome, gentlemen, for our monthly catch-up. It is a pleasure to have everyone back together once more. And thank you for the guys down under for your early morning wake up.
Yeah, what time is it? 6:30, 7:30, 7 o'clock a.m.?
It's actually not too bad. It's 7 a.m. here. It's 8 a.m. where Craig is.
Yeah, lazy. It blows my mind. You guys are on the same coast and there's an hour difference.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Turn that down a little bit. That's a little loud.
Yeah, too loud.
That is some loud music.
I always have it really loud by default. I do apologize. Just getting everyone in. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining. So what is everyone up to? You guys want to introduce yourself? For some unknown reason, everyone doesn't know who is who. Just a short 10-second segment about yourself, your engagement in the scene, and what's going on in your ESK8 life so far.
Well, I'm Scott. I like coffee. I make ESK8 content, and I live in Australia.
And let's keep it down under. Craig, you're up.
Craig Taylor. Love ESK8.
Also likes coffee.
Also like coffee. Can't help myself. And I just love e-skating, love the community, and love everybody that's involved in it. So I just love doing it. Yeah.
Mr. Elia from last week's live stream. Thank you very much for joining me last week.
Yes, that was fun. Drew, Elia, not drinking coffee, love coffee, just a little late in the afternoon for me. I love scotch. Scotch.
Scotch.
No.
So just a bit of a rundown, guys. Today's agenda is going to be very chill, under the radar, nice and relaxed. Everyone just talking everything about what's going on in the scene. So please throw in any questions you have. We'll throw in some announcements, some sneak peeks and stuff that's coming. And if you have any questions for any of the creators in this live stream, please put them in. So first of all, guys, what is current affairs? What are we working on? What is the exciting thing we're looking for in the upcoming months, basically? I propose that to the crowd.
You go, Drew.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Okay. So right now, creative-wise, doing a lot of actually content creation for outside of ESK8, which has kind of been fun and refreshing for me. So, you know, being able to use my my actual side job for creating content for food companies and stuff like that as well too, as well as tech companies. So I just posted a video for a GoPro-esque style, little tiny budget, very budget camera, and it posted that up online there. I have a few drones that have come through that I'm going to be doing some content for that. So it's not just all ESK8 and PEV. It's you know, a little bit of everything kind of sprinkled in there as well too. But yeah,
Drew, something about those cameras, right? And it's funny because I've tested a number of, I'm going to call them GoPro inspired cameras.
Literally the word I use, yeah.
These, it is, okay, good. I feel, besides Insta, DJI, and GoPro, I feel like these other companies, they're on a budget, but they're almost there, right? They're almost there. They just struggle to capture the magic or the science, is probably a better word, of these top three leading cameras. And it's like they've got all the features on the box, and in theory they've got the specs, but they just don't quite nail it, which is a good thing, because it means the price is like well over half the price of a GoPro normally.
Yeah.
And as you say in your video, you know, the best camera is the one you've got. And it's totally true. You know, the quality's not great. At 4K, it has no stabilization, the one you reviewed, but it's still a 4K camera that you can put in your pocket.
I mean, for a kid, for someone who's trying to get into content creation for ESK8, doesn't want to spend $500 on a GoPro, doesn't want to spend $400 on an Insta360. You know, these things get beat up. Like, I know I have protection plans on my stuff through Best Buy and things like that, but it's still, you got to spend another $50 on the protection plan. So now you're at $550, and you're, you know, if you wreck this thing, you know, you got to go, you got to deal with it. So for me, it's a great B or C camera. That was one of the things that I loved about it. It's like, it's in my bag. You know, I'm like, oh, I don't want to get this shot. You know, if I'm doing something more riskier per se, maybe I'm like doing some jumps or something like that, I'll throw it on there. What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike?
So yeah, so that's definitely it is, and you're 100% right. It's I literally put a side by side with the Instigo 3S, which is a 4K 30. It's not even 4K 60. It's a 4K 30, and you could still see the clear difference between it all. So it's a cool. That interests me just as much as electric ESK8 is tech. I've always been a tech person in my entire life, so I think that, kind of getting into that a little bit more would be a fun way to expand on the channel as well too.
You mentioned about damaging a camera. Craig knows all about that, and that probably leads nicely into what Craig's been doing this weekend. Craig?
You know, when you have one of those days when you wake up in the morning and you just think, you know, what is going on? It's just one of those things, right? I've been out, obviously, riding this exquisite unit here, and I took a bit of word of advice from Thomas, and I went and got a side mount from my board and put up my Insta360 X3 and mounted it up there.
Thomas's fault. Okay.
And Thomas's fault.
Take Drew's get it started. It's all sharing practice. And that's what
I
it's all
took
about.
off as I did. Literally first time riding the Radium, like, because I've been waiting a week and a half for the weather to break here. And the 360 decided to spin round on the mount and decided to drag itself along the ground for about a kilometre.
Oh.
At which point I noticed, and I actually stopped off the board doing about 23k an hour going, hit the brakes. So yeah, there's more problems, right? But a little bit.
I just hope the footage is really amazing.
Yeah,
that's it's not. You just see 25k an hour on the GPS, and then all of a sudden there's a line going.
You've had a lot of interesting responses on the Radium, on the Mark 1. A lot of like a different styling, which is, I know that you've got a lot of feedback with people saying how refreshing it is to see this kind of AMSR style unboxing thing. Where did that kind of come from, and that kind of like new style?
My daughter said, you know, Dad, you got to try some other stuff, and she loves all this ASMR stuff. Peyton, who lives with me, she's amazing. She just got this quirky way of seeing the world in a different way. And I sort of went, okay, well, I'll have a think about it, and I'll come back. And because the board was all taped and covered, I actually decided to do something completely different that I'd never done before. And it was as unusual and weird as it was, it actually came out really well. And a few people reached out and said, I really like it. I don't know why, but I really like it. And I think it's just something, you know, just, I don't know, thinking outside my box, because I think I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years, someone said to me the other day.
Jeez.
Which, no, it's astounding to me to think about that. But yeah, just trying something different. I mean, you know, society changes, the interests change, the values change, the group dynamics change. I mean, someone said the other day, you're 50-something years old and you're still skating. Are you know, when are you going to grow up? And I said, absolutely never.
But with that age gap, you're representing in the different categories for the group.
That's
so
right.
it's great too. We'll segue on.
You get to represent the Wolfpack.
in a minute. Yeah, the senior Wolfpack. Yeah, get it done.
Senora.
Oh,
Old grey wolf.
the grey. Yes, there we go. The
They
grey
call
wolf.
him Longtooth for a reason. So
Yeah.
I've got a kind of thing to ask the guys. Like, you kind of segue on to like recent current affairs. Like, what do you feel like people who are watching who want to introduce themselves into content creation in the skate world? Like, what would you say is the biggest kind of tool you've used, which is, or the singular piece of kit that you take out of you every time that makes the most significant difference? It could be a camera, it could be equipment, it could be a tripod, it could be simple as a bag. Like, I'm going to get myself started. So for me, my kind of favorite piece of equipment, other than my sling bag, Sling Life, Drew, is the Insta360 Go 3S. Has been an absolute amazing dynamic camera for everything I could do. For guys who don't know what this is, basically a GoPro, but the concept being is that you can literally snap out this tiny little thing and use it in a very different way. For the guys who've been following on the channel, you can see a lot more flybys and being a solo, you know, some of the other guys here who do solo filming. It helps a lot with having that kind of accessory, having people help you out with filming. You just whack it on a lamppost and you're ready to go. So open up to the floor. What would you say is the most impactful piece of equipment they use fundamentally?
I'll go. Mine for the last 5 years has been the Max Lens mod on the GoPro. Just until recently, now with the Ace Pro 2 actually has 360 horizon leveling built in. What that does is it makes the shot from me talking about the board and going down on the board seamless, because there's no cut. It's automatically up the right way. But it also makes my editing a lot easier, because that means I never have to put cuts and rotate the picture, because the horizon lock, the picture is always up the right way, which was mind-blowing, but also made it that little bit much wider and that a lot more stabler. So that's really cool. But yeah, recently moved to the Ace Pro 2, which has a Leica lens, which just has a nicer picture. And that has the 360 leveling in it. So yeah, I do all my filming on either that, the camera you're seeing right now, or the Ace Pro 2. It's just they're just great cameras.
What about you, Craig? What would you say that your favourite tool for going out for a film session?
Well, I am the biggest tool that goes out with me when I go skating, so that's the first one. But other than that, I've got to say,
classic.
there's so many great, amazing cameras out there. My big thing is I always try and take a reasonably good microphone with me. I mean, I think the biggest thing is the Insta series cameras get the best footage in it, and they are awesome. I mean, Insta 360 can capture everything, but they blow out a lot of the times in wind. So you've got to turn all the wind things off. You've got to do something this. And I think chucking a decent microphone on any of those cameras allows you to just block out some of that wind and then tune it back to your voice, or tune it. You can clip on the microphone, for example, to next to the board, to the motors, if you want to hear that. I think it just allows anybody watching your videos to pick up the audio, the true audio, rather than it's just full on. So just for me, it's a little bit about microphones and stuff and being able to talk.
Yeah, audio is very important for storytelling.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more with you on that one. Yeah,
I love that shot.
Just whipping by right there. Fucking missile. I can't wait to go on this run again.
Yeah. Well, we got hopefully. We need to find a day to do that one. We need to find a day and we need to find a lift.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to work on that in the back. We're going to do a sunrise special. Which would be
maybe.
And
Mr. A few people it hasn't worked out so far, so let's keep working.
Okay, fair. Mr. Elia,
I hadn't got back to you.
What's your favourite tool?
Craig.
Craig's my favorite tool. So one day, I shoot. I have all my cinematic camera equipment. I have thousands and thousands of dollars of my stuff that I use for weddings and commercial work. And I was using that, like literally I was having my friend follow me on like a gimbal or like a Steadicam with like this $5,000 rig while he's on a one wheel trying to follow me. And one day he like nosedived and like ran it out and like held the camera up. And I was like, never again will I be doing that because he's on a pint and I'm trying to do 20 miles an hour. So then pretty much from that day forward, my iPhone, literally my entire YouTube channel seamlessly went to an iPhone. And I don't think anyone cared or noticed the difference or whatever it may have been. And that's one of those things where I think that, you know, I was the best camera you have is the camera you have with you. So I shoot with my iPhone on probably 98% of the videos, minus like these talking headshots and stuff like that. You'll probably be on my iPhone. And the new drone that I just got, the Hover Air Pro Max.
You did get the Pro Max.
Yeah, so all of my follow footage. So basically, we're all solo content creators. So with when it comes with that, you know, you want to get different shots. You want to get follow me shots. And the Insta360, the you know, you get that great footage and like, you know, the 360 footage, but then you have to edit it afterwards. You have to do all the stuff with it. So it's just a mess to be able to do that. So this little piece of tech, it's like it folds up in my bag, it fits in my sling, it shoots 8K 30, 4K 120, 4K 60. It is insane. It's like a 1/1.3 sensor. It's gnarly.
And it's fast too, which is where it really beats the Neo. It'll keep up with you at like 40, 45, I think, from memory. Kilometers.
It hits.
We tried to break it in New York, didn't we?
Yeah, 26 miles an hour with no issue, and bursts up to 35 miles per hour.
Yeah, which is insane. The Neo struggles to keep up with me at like 18 kilometers.
Yep. Yeah, you're seeing this right now, like all the their stuff. It's gnarly, and it's got, you know, a ton of. It's been evolving. So, if you watch any of my reels on Instagram or anything like that, the dolly zoom shots are with that drone. So it's literally that drone in my shop or on the beach or wherever it is, and it's doing a dolly zoom shot, which is insane to me. Like that's stuff that like you can't do without anyone else. You physically have to have someone else doing it with you. So to be able to have that piece of content in your bag,
can it shoot vertical?
It does, but it just crops. So it's basically just shoot on 16:9 and then shoot your own. It doesn't physically like the Mavic 1 did the
Mavic 3 Pro. My 3 Pro still does it.
Really?
What, it just physically moves the lens, right?
Yeah, it turns the whole gimbal. Yeah. I've still got that drone purely for that reason.
That was my Mavic 1 Pro, because I have the Mavic 2 Pro. My Mavic 1 Pro did that. Okay. Physically, it spun. I was like, oh, this is great. But then they didn't do that with the second screen. So, what up, Fred? How are you doing?
The biggest thing for me is, and I would love to try and get one, as a Skydio.
Oh, they stopped making them. Yeah. They've gone out of business. Well, not going out of business. They're only doing war stuff now.
Yeah, they stopped making the commercial version of it, so they went into the
Military
industrial side of it. Industrial, military, whatever it is aspect of it. So
it's such a good drone.
It is.
Yeah, that footage.
That's the best drone.
Yeah, that video you had, that last video you had of yours along the coast was insane.
It
Yeah,
was beautiful.
oh, that's
It was
all
absolutely
Tom's footage,
beautiful.
but that was just magnificent. It was so
Yeah.
nice. It was easy to
Yeah.
make a video out of. Anyway, moving right along.
ESK8 Con.
Throw in a little fun. I just want to throw in in relation to obviously Fred being in as well. Fun fact: me and ESK8 Unity are all going on the same flight from New York to ESK8 Con.
Oh,
so
wow.
he's gonna. So we're all going on the same.
We'll all be landing there drunk at 6:30 in the morning in Vegas. So
Check in, sleep for 4 hours, ride.
not even, bro. Fuck that. So like last year, I did the same thing. I landed. I was not sober. I got picked up by Fast Tony, and we went riding immediately. I was like, I can't. I was like, whatever. So we went and went for like a 14-mile ski skate ride with Jacob's Ford, and it was epic. And then we came back and went right in. And then you guys all were there and showed up. It was a lot of fun. So we're
Hopefully I don't almost hug the wrong person this year.
Yeah, don't do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
There's a lot of large bearded men out there, I'm sure, but just don't hug
Who
them.
was it? Was it Thomas or Craig? One of you two said, "There's Drew," and I was like, "Oh, there he is." And I went up behind him, and I was like, I was literally about to like bear hug you, and I was like, "That is not Drew." Oh my god.
Or you
I
go
hope
the
you did.
opposite, which was someone hugs you, and then your friend is like, "I'm going to kill this person because I thought I've been attacked."
Well,
Exactly.
The first year at ESK8 Con, we were drinking, and I think we were leaving the pizza place, and we had a lot of drinks at that place. And we were walking back, and I think it was one of the racers, and I can't remember his name, was talking to you, Thomas. Remember we were walking back in the strip, and I was behind you, like 10 feet behind you, and I see this guy trying to talk to you, to get in your face, and you're like, no, I don't have any money, like go away, and you're like pushing him off. And I literally grabbed Thomas's shoulder and like was about to clock this guy, and then he's like, "Oh, David!" And I'm like, "Oh my god!" I was like literally about to beat the shit out of this guy that was trying to get in your face. Like, stop!
You Americans are so tough.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a quick special
everybody,
guest
Scott.
that no
These
one
guys
knows
are
about. I've been working on for the last 5 minutes talking about ESK8 Con. We also have Mike joining us randomly.
Hey, random. There we go.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, you know, I'll never say no to a last minute invite, man. I always love to get on here and chat it up with the fellas. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good. I mean, crazy, but good.
You guys will be in hectic mode now, getting prepared and getting everything finalized.
Yeah. A lot of logistics at this point. Just calling people, getting our vendors together, making sure all the people we're working with to put the event on show up and bring all the stuff that we need, and just a lot of it's like planning a wedding every year for like 5 years straight. It's pretty much something like that.
Yeah, and that takes time.
Yeah.
Just missed out on the happy ending, Mike.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Surprised to see you. That's
Sorry,
awesome.
too early with that.
hey, question for you, Mike, just before everyone else jumps in.
Yeah.
You guys have been doing the podcast pretty regularly and announcing drip feed and stuff, which has been awesome. Group rides, will they be getting announced on the next one?
Yes, next episode will be all group ride stuff and more
Cool.
and more detailed scheduling for the event. Yep.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, because then we can plan our free time.
100%. Yeah, I know that's a big one for everybody, so we're trying to get that finalized as best we can. Hey, that's me. That's Jacob. Yeah, we're trying to get as much of it as scheduled as we can, but we don't want to jump the gun too much because once we roll it out, we're stuck with it.
It's on.
Because
it's in
we'll
zone.
never be able to pull it back.
It's the internet.
Especially to the next vendors coming in. Obviously I'm not asking for exact numbers. Are we still having more releases leading up to the event?
Yeah.
Or are we set where we're at now at this point?
I actually need to upload the 6 weeks or 5 week, whatever one we're at. I gotta upload the next picture. But yeah, we've got a handful more they're finalizing. A lot of the vendors this year were just late to the punch, but we're signing paperwork with a bunch of them, so we'll get more out there as we lead up to the event. We're going to probably have a couple very late because they've got a lot. A couple of them have a lot going on. Some of them need to get visas approved, so they may not know until the last little bit. So we're working through it, but I'm excited about who's coming this year and what we've got confirmed so far. And I'm really excited about just all the people who are coming, which is great. The race is going to be phenomenally entertaining, so it's going to be a good time regardless. But yeah, we're still working on a lot of different companies, though. We're finalizing things in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So I was just about to ask the track. What a leg burner, dude! Holy
Oh
shit.
yeah. Oh yeah.
This thing looks gnarly.
This is going to be the fastest ESK8 Con track to date. We've got a 290 foot straight in there, which is just people are going to hit their max speeds, which is going to be wild. We've increased the width by 20%, so it's 30 feet now instead of 25 feet. So there should be even better room for passing. It's going to be a good time. We'll see. I think it'll really allow people to race to their full abilities at this point. So we're no longer hindered by our venue at this point. We have more space and we know what to do with. So at this point, we can actually build what we want to build. So it's going to be a really good time.
Hey, Mike,
so cool.
for a 50-plus-year-old, is there like an interval snack area for us to take like a mid-race break before we start again?
There's like a half.
Oh, yeah.
Craig is on a mission.
Craig's going to pull in for a pit stop for a beer and a Subway.
It's too far. I'm going to pull a Hemi halfway around.
Oh man, I think we are trying to put together a seniors prize package though for the winner.
Let's go.
It won't be me looking at that
Do
track.
you know
my
what it
leg
should
could
be? There
broken
should be
by the
like
end of lap
a
one.
Zimmer frame with like electric motor attached to it for the front of your board.
Yeah.
Pull you
If Zimmer
along.
frame, there's a good chance I'd win it, Thomas.
Oh man,
It's a Ben Gay and some painkillers. That's what for senior.
yeah, right.
Some icy hot, maybe a shot, fireball shot. No, that looks incredible. I mean,
It looks
definitely the
amazing.
track. I know Joe has been. I
Yeah.
think he said after Monza race way or something like that. I forget what he
Malaysia.
kind of. What was it?
Malaysia, I think it was.
Was it Malaysia? I forget. He posted it up to like a side by side, and he took inspiration from that, which I love. I mean, there's so many F1 fans inside of the e-skate world that are racers as well too, and all of us I kind of I wish I probably should put like a group thing together because all of us just kind of chit chat like separately. But it's so important to have that understanding of like these fast-paced rules and knowing all of these like little nuances when it comes to a racetrack and having the respect of that culture of it and being able to translate that to e-skate. It's just wild to see, and I'm so pumped to see this the sport just kind of take off even more so in that sense, and see what these racers can do on this track this year. Like that 200 and something straightaway, that's fast. That's a very fast.
That's long.
Straightaway.
Oh yeah,
Mike.
it's gonna be sketchy a little bit because it's where the racing has to go. We have to unleash these people and let them race for real, and so that's what our plan is for this year.
Nice.
Hey, Mike, another question, and you can either say no comment or you can just answer the question. And it's not secret or anything. You mentioned, I can't remember if it was on one of your podcasts or on maybe one with Thomas. You mentioned that you were talking about the announcements of who was coming as far as the vendors, and you said there was one vendor that was still to be announced that was from year one, and it was they were coming back in a big way. Has that been announced? Have I just missed that one? You mentioned something about one of the original vendors was coming back. They weren't there the last couple of years.
So potentially from year 2, they may be coming back, but we'll see. We're finalizing with them.
Okay, so you haven't announced it yet. Okay.
We have not announced it yet. No. It's looking pretty good, but we just have to make sure that their team's all good to go. But it should be any day now. We should be able to get confirmation from them.
Okay. And my follow-up question was just around the sponsorship. I remember last year and the year before, you always have a gold sponsor. You've announced the race sponsor this year. Is there still a gold sponsor to be announced or named?
There is a gold sponsor, and they've recently finalized, so we will be announcing them shortly as well. We've got a lot coming. The last month leading up to it is when all the stuff starts coming out a lot. So get ready to your feeds will be bombarded for the next 30 days of just all the things we haven't said yet to try to get as much hype as we can leading into event days and getting people excited and mobilized and ready to come out and have an awesome event weekend.
Yeah, awesome.
We're
cool.
trust me, this is what we obviously talk about and look forward to as far as us, even behind the scenes, we're just all so excited, 22 movies or something stupid, we have.
Actually, I think that would segue quite nicely onto one of our announcements we discussed pre-announced. So we've been obviously working on stuff behind the scenes, which promoting stuff. Are we announcing one of our collaborations? Are we doing that on this one? I think we agreed we were.
We can.
If Drew's got something under his table, we can announce it.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the things we are working with.
Look, Mike's really worried. Look at Mike's face. He's like, "Oh my god, what are they going to say?"
All right. You guys ready? Here it is. I heart my hot wife.
Hell yeah. Nice.
We all do.
No.
Yes.
So there's a really cool collaboration that we've been working with for the past 2 months, 3 months now. And it's actually with Beyond Riders and Beyond Riders stuff. And it is our Wolfpack Racing.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome.
So, is it?
He's frozen. There we go. He's back now.
Wolfpack Racing.
Oh, we can see Thomas.
Oh, I know. I'm trying to figure
Hang on.
out.
Hang on, Drew. Hang on,
There
Drew.
we
There we
go.
go. There we go. Show it again.
Here we are. So here we go. We are back. We are working with Beyond Riders, and Beyond Riders is announced that we're basically going to be working with them. We have these awesome inspired race jackets. It's the Wolfpack on there. Yeah, back there. The Wolfpack on there, and they're the reflective series. So we are so excited to be working with them this year and be able to rock these.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to it. Thank you again for.
I was going to say, and to Beyond Riders' credit, they reached out to us saying, hey, yeah, we want you guys to be looked after while you're in there. We've seen how fast you go, where you ride and how crazy it goes. And they reached out to us. They were like, hey, we want to get a jacket. We want to get the Wolfpack involved. We want to make sure you guys are safe. And this is the final one. You know, this is a legit product. Like this patch is like legit. Like these guys know that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they did an awesome job.
Really.
So we were really excited for this.
Yeah, it's
Great, guys. I love it. I love to see everybody come together. That's awesome.
Oh, there's loads of them all stuff. Stay tuned. Like we're gonna be crude.
Yeah, there's a few other companies we're going to be working with, and I popped my help.
So we're all so much about the community, and it just bands our group together again, and it's just awesome to have everybody being able to collaborate and Beyond Riders to support us like this. It's it's all about community. This is ESK8 Con is not just about all the companies coming; it's about everybody congregating in one location and just catching up and just sharing our love of the sport. I just can't wait. Yep. Anyway, get me off the screen.
100%.
And Zoom. I guess we can also maybe, I don't know if you guys want to talk about this too, is that, we said this in years past, is that, we're there, we're making content, we're filming, come up and say hi to us. I know myself and a few of the other guys, I'm sure they can talk about it, but we have like little gifts, trinkets, stickers, whatever it may be that we love to give away to people that just come up and say hi. So I just know that this year I have a few things that personally I want to give away to stuff. Yep, there you go. He's got some stickers. Everyone's got their own little things to give away. So we want to give back to the community that gives to us. So that's massive for us to interact with you guys. Yep. Again, I don't know what you look like. So if someone walks by and you don't say it, it's like just say hi to me, like say hi to us and whatever it may be. That's the whole point, that we're there to spread the love of electric skateboard and PEV in general. So definitely don't hold back.
And if we're filming, it's even better because it looks good on camera. So interrupt us while we're filming. Yeah, it's gold. It's gold footage for us. We're like, oh yeah, that's a soundbite.
Money, because
you have to pop your head in and say something really stupid off the cuff. We'll take it too.
Exactly.
All the more better.
Well, that's cool. All right, Mike, I want to say thanks for dropping by.
Absolutely.
Stuff, but thank you so much for jumping on, Mike, for the stream. And we're looking forward to more stuff coming from Enboard and the crew real soon. So if you guys ain't checking out, go check out
4.5 weeks, Mike.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Have a good one.
Mike.
See you, Mr. Beard. Side note, Benny's in the chat. Hey to Benny, and also John is there as well. So John from the UK.
Hello.
2 from the UK who don't need to. Actually, John will be there, which I'm so happy about. Mr. Davies, the legend, he is coming.
I keep telling Benny he's got to make it because he could almost walk around and nobody would know who he is because he always has a helmet on. He never shows his face. I'm like, Benny, just come, man. Just Jesus.
Just come and don't even say anything.
You said potentially, it's on Drew. You can decide if you want to spill the beans. There's a lot of secrets going on today. There's another unnamed rider who may or may not be attending that you told me about the other day.
Oh, he's definitely coming. He's staying at the Nugget.
Oh, he's definitely coming. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that's my place to do that. But
yeah, I think we'll wait for him to announce it.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so there's
rhymes with racy Plystat? No, I'm joking.
Like,
oh my god, you can't do that to Craig again, you evil man.
Not going to fall for it again. No, I heard he was racing actually.
He's actually racing. Yeah, in the seniors division, they gave him a pass. No, there is a couple other YouTubers that haven't been before, which are reasonably big. When I say reasonably, very big. So that are definitely coming. So that's going to be exciting. But it's not our place to say that. We will let them announce it, or we'll just let you find out when they're there.
Open to scene for sure.
Yep.
So
yeah, what else have we got on the agenda, gentlemen? Let's see.
So Nugget group rides. What are we riding? Do we want to talk about what we're riding?
Yeah. Who were we riding? What are we riding?
So Thomas, you've already announced you're on X-Way, right? Your X-Way Atlas, is that correct?
We're not certainly what it is at this point, but it's more likely going to be an Atlas Pro,
nice.
which absolutely smashed it last year for the final with one of our boys in UK, Taylor. Absolutely weapon, so it is capable. I am being asked today, which I can say quite comfortably, that if they want me to race. But gentlemen, like, what do you do? Do you go there to get the content, or do you rep and race? You know, it's a real split.
Both.
Yeah, that's a rookie numbers. You do both, boy.
Yeah.
Both. You wreck and then you race and then you wreck and then you film. You know, do all that.
Then you go hospital.
my thought process. And again, I'm a little bit older than yourself, Thomas. Is that I've never raced, and I love getting all the content and just walking around and getting the B-roll and the behind-the-scenes stuff. And I think in the back of my mind, I'm always like, because the same as you, if I do have a crash or an accident, it's a long flight home. That's the only thing that stops me from getting on the track is that, healthcare over there. I've got travel insurance. That's fine. And if I come off, I'm still going to be out of pocket probably $5,000. Once you cover all the fees beforehand. But it's the flight home that I just don't want to be on a flight with a broken leg or a dislocated shoulder or a brain injury. So I would always say err on the side of caution. On the side of caution, just go there, get all the content. There is the demo track this year, so you can get some cool content riding around there as fast as you want.
Yeah, definitely. I think what I would love to say to Drew is I would love to see what the expedition race is this year. I've always said for the last 3 years running, Mike, if you're still watching, is I want to see a triathlon-based PEV race.
Yes.
EUC, board,
one wheel,
and one wheel or something.
Ooh,
and then you have to do laps. You have to do 1, 2, 3, like tag the next person in. I think that's the way.
Yep.
Do it
like a baton race. That's what you should do.
You have to hold like an M-board's tire or something. It's a ring anyway in the day. You can pass it along. Gentlemen, do you want to announce what you are representing this year, please?
Craig and I are actually both on Tiny boards. So we're riding their new Tiny Explorer Pro gear drive, which is a 14.4. They've made a couple of little special tweaks to ours, so it'll be fun. Yeah, that's it. Is that the? Yeah, we've got the gear drive though, not the hub.
That's the hub. That's the hub version.
Come on, Drew.
Sorry.
So we also, we spoke about that point. I wasn't going to say it now, but I figured now's a good time because people will be watching. We need to decide what we're going to do with the boards at the end of the week. So, 2 ways we can handle it. Craig and I will discuss this offline, but we'll also let the public decide. We can either do some sort of giveaway on our channels where watch the week's videos, comment and go on the draw, and if you're in America, we can organise someone to ship it to you. Or do we do what I think is a better option, is that during the ESK8 Con, at the group rides and at the convention, keep an eye out for someone who might not have a good board, or they might be about to need a new one, like they're on an old backfire or an old only one board or something, and just give them the board as a, hey, keep your ESK8 passion going. Here's a brand new board for you to keep, no strings attached.
I suppose it's a bit like what David Bond did when he won, I think, one of the boards and gave it to the receptionist at the hotel.
Give it to the receptionist. Yeah. Here's
Craig, how are you finding
race board?
So, especially to Craig, how are you finding working with Tiny this year? Because, like I said, have you ridden the Tiny have you ridden this version of this board for
myself?
No. Are you going in blind?
Going in completely blind because that's how I like it. I've ridden a couple of their other boards, and Scott sent a couple down to me over the journey. Which one of them I still this day, it's one of my favorite boards.
Is that the one you sent back to me? You didn't want to send back, but you did.
Yeah, he did. I need
the claw marks in the deck.
3 weeks later, I was like, I'll ship it.
Normally with Craig, I'm like, oh, whatever, man, just send it back or just keep it, whatever. But with the what was it, the Ultra Pro?
Yeah, Ultra Pro.
The Tiny Ultra Pro. I was like, so when are you sending it? I was like, when are you sending it back? When are you sending it back? I need it. It's the closest thing. It's the closest thing to a boosted. Honestly, that thing. It's better than a boosted, but it feels like you're riding a boosted of today. It's got flex. It's got power. It's awesome. There it is. Oh, the gun show.
Oh,
Who's that guy?
The old man guns.
Look
Look at that. Full summer. Full summer.
Look at that. We're all beautiful. What about you, Drew? What are you doing this year?
So I am first right of refusal. I'm riding Ace Deck, and I think I am riding the Horizon. So the new Elite Horizon
so you
this
can
year.
tow me through New York again.
So I can tow you through all this stuff again. Yeah, no, it's they're this is the third year I've worked with them. They've worked with me the past 2 years.
Yep.
So I am not going to be racing this year. I am kind of in the same boat where I want to make content and stick with the creation part of it all, and be able to talk to all the companies, be able to give everyone that behind the scenes, and really kind of go that route as well too. There you go.
Yeah, I took the I actually took the Horizon out yesterday, Saturday. I've got a video coming out. It's a 28-minute off-road journey video that I've made.
Oh, nice.
So very little, hardly any music at all.
Yeah. Give me like a 30-second window. Like, what do you think about off-roading in that sense?
Yeah, really good. I gave it a 7 out of 10. If it had off-road tires, and there's certain things that you can't avoid. It's got a bottom-mounted battery, so you've got to be careful of that. I mean, I hit a few things, but as far as the actual ride comfort, mate, it's insane. Like, the suspension works so well on and off-road, and you can actually see the independent arms doing their thing as you're going. And some of the tracks I went on were rough as guts. So, but yeah, the footage looks.
I was saying to Drew about the Horizon, Scott, and I'll ask your opinions as well. With the Z3 and Horizon, it seems to be a new iteration. And I wanted to ask, you said, I think Drew said, like, it is an evolution of the suspension. It's not just the same thing again. It has learned from the Z3 and improved on the design.
My understanding is that it's exactly the same suspension. That's what they told me.
No, they did do some differential with it. Stronger arms, a little bit different geometry.
The arms were upgraded on the Z3 before the Horizon came out.
Yeah.
But they told me the geometry was exactly the same. That's because remember when I put my first video out and I bitched about how it wasn't stable. They came back saying, "Oh, it's the same as the Z3. It should be just as good." I'm like, "Well, it's not. It's different."
Yeah.
But they were adamant that it was the exactly the same truck setup, same angles, same geometry, same everything. So maybe the production ones were different. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, you got yours a fair bit after mine, so yeah, maybe yours is different.
I think we talked about this last week, Drew, with being a content creator and a product tester. Is a very
crash test dummy.
Crash test dummy. Yeah,
definitely.
We get some products that are duct tape sometimes. So
literally.
Yeah, literally.
Literally. Yeah. Okay, so X-Way, Tiny, and Horizon, which is a really nice handful of boards. Yeah.
Definitely.
So Craig will have access to any of those boards if you want. Craig can have access to any of those boards to race, I assume, team. To make him if he's not in
there, what would you want to stick him on as well? Yeah, stick him off he goes. Send him on his way.
Well, I think we wrap him in bubble wrap first.
Yeah, our precious little angel. Make sure he's okay.
He'll come in halfway through the race for a cup of tea and a ginger nut.
I was actually going to walk on the track with a cane and a grey wig.
We need to do that.
I was going to walk in there with a cane and a grey hair hanging out the back of my helmet.
Yeah, you got to do that. Yeah, that's funny.
There's a question in here about the X-Way's new gear drive system.
Okay.
From ready to snap.
Where's the gear drive question? I can't see it.
I don't see it either.
I don't see it either. I think it lies in the seat.
It's underneath my Z3 Epic. It says plans to ride my Ace NYX Z3.
Oh, okay, there you go.
X-Ray gear drive. There we go. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sorry, ready to snap. Thoughts on new gear. I would love to try it. So we talked about it a little bit last week on the live stream, and the full video is available on
your channel.
to check out for more details. But I think one thing I was really impressed with the X-Way gear drive system, want to see a bit more out there, obviously it's a new product, is the fact that you've got a variable gear drive system. I'm going to ask it to the guys actually. Belts, gears, hubs, what is your favorite?
Gears.
I'm torn. I love gear drive.
No, you'll be torn if you have a belt. You'll be torn if you have a belt. Gear, you won't be torn.
It's what it is that I'm a sucker for riding multiple wheels on the same board. So if it has the ability to go with a street urethane wheel and then an AT tire, like you need to be able to change your gearing ratio because you need to be able to get better torque ratio, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I don't care about going 40 miles an hour. That's not my thing. I want to be able to do some great carving and still hit 30, 35 miles an hour. That's my max end that I need to be able to hit. So if I can adjust that gearing ratio, then that's great. And X-Way did do that with this gear drive. So it allows you to drop that in there. To note that as well too, Acetec did with their newest Horizon announced on their website that they do have available option to swap out for different gear drives as well too. So you can change their gearing ratio as well. So it's not, if you can start doing that, that's where gear drive would definitely help in that sense. So, putting on a street tire, putting on a different gear ratio gives you a whole different, feeling board in that sense.
I just want to say in relation talking about gear drives, I think my most underrated gear drive system is the Omni ESK8 gear drive system. It is so underrated. But I have battered mine. I've done 1,000 miles on my Omni gear drive system, and it's never broken.
Yeah, Omni's great.
That's on your Zealot, right? That's on your Zealot X?
It's on my Zealot X, yeah. And just I opened it literally yesterday, and it is clean as a whistle in there. The bolts are corroded, but the inside is absolutely fine. But the Omni ESK8 gear drive system, with the option to change street to AT, just with an adapter, and the versatility of it is really, really good. I think that is probably one of my most favorite gear drives for sure. Just how slim it is really makes a difference.
Yep. Yeah, Omni makes great stuff. They definitely do.
Yeah, I've got a full set in a kit here that I won in a competition when Omni put their things online first up, and I won a full gear drive kit. I haven't used it yet, so I'm looking forward to playing with that.
You're inspired now. You're going to go do that after this, yeah?
I am. No, look, I'm actually offloaded a few boards over the last month or so, and I'm just going to recoup a few. And I love belt drives, and I've been riding a lot of gear drives lately, and I honestly, when I jumped back on the Radium just the last week or the last few days, I love that sound. I love the feeling of it.
You mean having a Ferrari, essentially?
Yeah, and Radium are working on all these new belt technologies. So that quick changeover for gearing and everything is awesome. And I think with the system you're talking about, Drew, in your last video, I think it's really interesting to see where that's going to go and how quick and easy those gears are to change and how to adjust. And when people, the video is good. I'd like to see another follow-up video in a few months from that, Drew, and just walk through how quickly it changes and how it's worked for you, because I think that'll cement a lot of people's thoughts around it. But I do love gear drives, that direct control, it's acceleration, there's no lag, there's nothing, it's good to go, and there's less stuff you have to take with you. Urethanes and gear drive, you got less stuff in your bag, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's always the bonus when you're coming around with your Alta bag or whatever you're carrying over your shoulder, your sling bag, or a backpack full of stuff.
Yeah.
I choose the bag for the type of board that I'm riding now, not what I'm doing. And I think that's the big thing for us as content creators. I'm in that category, I suppose now. Is you just fill up a bag full of stuff and go, and you go, oh, I've got to have tires, I've got to have tubes, I've got to have some tools, I've got to have this, I've got to have that, and
everything.
It's never ending.
It's a nightmare.
Having less stuff is always a massive win.
Yep. Anyway. I agree. If I don't have to bring a charger, a spare tire, or belts, that is the best thing ever. So I know when we ride in New York City, these guys, we ride in the city now, they'll bring a full-size spare tire in their backpack because it as opposed to being down and having to unscrew and put the tube in and do this and do that, if it's not a quick release system, it's a 30-minute job to get this thing completely apart, back together, and then you got 25 guys standing there waiting for you. we have a killer crew. These guys are awesome. They're quick. Everyone's willing to help. But yeah, we're all carrying around backpacks that have crap in it. And so yeah, when I go for a ride, I'm always like, I don't want to bring X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of stick with something simple. So gear drive, urethane, a small charger, and my camera.
I think that comes into ESK8 Con for all the group rides and stuff, and what you're bringing and what board you're riding and all the rest of it. Make sure you got stuff with you that you can fix, charge, and blah blah blah. Because you don't want to miss out on your group rides over there, because some of them are next level, and you miss one and it doesn't come back until the next year. So
definitely bring spares, even if you don't take them on the ride. Have them in your hotel room, because you don't want to be trying to source a tube. Yeah, there's lots of riders there, but you don't want to be trying to source a tube at 8:30 on a Friday morning. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. And boards will be shut down that weekend. You can't go and go over there and get that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only place in the local area that you go to is not available for sure. So yeah, I think I know it's kind of circling back, but what group rides and events you can be looking forward to do in the forthcoming weeks? What is it kind of your goals and what you want to do, or attendances really? I suppose things you want to be doing in Vegas.
Yeah.
We've kind of
I think the first of all, I think we need to wait for the group rides to be announced, because from what I understand, there are some different ones this year, which is nice and exciting. I know Red Rocks definitely isn't going ahead as a organised one. I know some people, including ourselves, are trying to organise a small group to go out there at a certain time. But so that, I mean, I'd love to be able to do that again, or even some other sort of desert ride. Like maybe we find maybe there's another loop road we can hit. As a Wolfpack, we've sort of always liked to do something fun on one of the nights after the ride or before the ride. So I know we want to look at the New York roller coaster. I've been told we have to go to the Strat this year and go to the rooftop to go on the rides on top of the Strat.
Oh, what's that?
God.
There's one that just tips and just stops over the building, and there's a claw that hangs you over the edge of the Strat.
I don't know if I
So
do that.
So we'll do that. I mean, if you guys are keen to do the zip line again, I love that. I'm happy to do that again.
Yeah, that was fun.
But just earlier on in the week, so we're not stuck in queue for.
Is talking about.
Yeah, that's it.
Just do American Greg again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, American Greg. But yeah, that looks fun. Apparently.
What?
Yeah.
What is that? That's not fun. It's like, oh, really? Stop. Hanging over the side of a building. Why is that fun? The roller coaster looks fun on New York. God. That looks like a fucking. That's one bolt away from just ending it. Like,
exactly.
It's off. And you're like, well, here I
go. They got a bit of rope tied around the end of it. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine.
Oh my God.
But for me, honestly, guys, again, it's just like what we did last year. Hanging out, having meals, having a few drinks, skating, doing the fun stuff, like being stupid adults and having fun.
Yeah, exactly. I want to do this one this year because I didn't get a chance last time. I'm definitely slot Zilla this year.
To see Craig's face again, I would pay money to do it again. Yes,
100%. Oh yeah. So if we're going to do that, let's do that as let's do that if we can on the first night, because it won't be as busy on a Wednesday night. So let's do that Wednesday night.
Yeah, true. That'd be so funny. Oh my God! I wonder if we could set up a live as well, because you could do Insta live, couldn't you? You could actually do it in real time.
You can't have anything in your hands. They give you a camera that's tethered on, but that's it.
Yeah, you got to pay extra for it. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not even 1080p. Anyway, I'm not going to get into there.
Oh, the footage was horrible. It looked like your ice fox, Drew.
The best camera you have is the camera you got with you.
That's it.
Or the camera.
Yeah, guys, we're going to run just for another 10 minutes or so. So, you guys, if you've got any questions, please drop them in.
Chuck them in the chat.
Yeah, guys, if you've got any other subject matter to talk about, guys, please throw that in. It could be small, big, whatever you're working on, or anything you else want to announce or talk about. Please.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying they're arriving in on Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday night.
Yep.
There has been the last few years, or the last 2 years we've been there, they have the Wednesday night ride. And so everyone sort of starts gathering about 6 o'clock, and I think the meetup's about 7 or something, or 8 o'clock or something. So if you are going over there and you want to do that first Wednesday night group ride, and it's a bike ride, but everyone's e-skaters jump in the back of it, it's pretty wild.
Don't miss it.
It's
Don't
so
miss-
fun.
Don't miss
It's
it
such a
because
good. It's such a good way to start the
Is it
event.
the
Oh, it
bike?
is.
Like,
yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
the
it's slow.
Yeah.
It's a slow pace
That was my
ride.
favorite ride.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like 10
I
miles,
really
15 miles
enjoyed
an
it.
hour tops. There's dog-powered skateboards. There's people
Yeah.
like with their music blaring
Oh
on the
my
like
God.
massive speakers on their bikes and stuff like that. It's such a fun
Yeah,
time.
it's the only
to
escape
roll through.
ride that you'll go on and just straight line it all the way, because if you don't,
You can't carve.
Yeah, you can't carve. Yeah,
It's
there's
gonna
no
take
carving.
you out.
I was
Um,
riding
what-
Switch at one point, so I was just messing around riding Switch because we were that it was just such a slow, chill ride.
Yeah. One thing, and Craig just touched on it then. If you are arriving Wednesday afternoon and you're planning on going on the Wednesday night group ride,
Like I said,
allow for time at check-in, because check-in, especially depending on where you're staying, but if you're at the Nugget, check-in can be as quick as 10 minutes, or it can be as long as like 2-3 hours. Wednesday night should be okay because it's not a peak night, but just there will be a queue at check-in, and be prepared for it.
yeah.
Yeah. You just don't know what's going to happen at that particular time. There is exclusive checkout, I think, at the Nugget. So you can
Yep.
pay a premium to go through their concierge desk, which is, or the VIP desk. But
Craig and I, being older gentlemen with less hours left in our life, do that every year, so we don't stand in queue, and it was worth.
I'm
Three hours
excited
on
to see
the
Drew's
floor.
big front about all these travel hacks. I'm curious to see how he's going to do with these things.
My
What'd you
travel
say?
hack is the best travel hack. It's the get drunk on the plane for free travel hack.
Mm,
Well, not free,
Whoop-ah.
$20, but yeah, you give gift cards to the flight attendants, and
Yep.
I literally put $5 on 4 gift cards. There's 4 flight attendants for your flights, $5 each, and I literally walk up and go, "Hey, you don't expect anything?" It's like, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you guys do for me. Like, you never get like a thank you, so here's my thank you. Go buy a cup of coffee on me, and you'll get champagne, you'll get food, you'll get whatever you want." I was bombed when I landed the last year.
Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I think flying internationally, like Scott and I are, and Danny and Emma, and
You guys can sleep, wake up, sleep again, eat a meal, sleep again, and wake up and still not be halfway. So
Yeah. Tell you the worst thing happened last year. I hopped on the plane, had a couple of drinks, fell asleep, woke up feeling great, thinking, "Oh my god, I've slept the whole flight. This is amazing. I'm so happy." Sort of got up, stretched my legs, started putting my shoes and socks on. Looked at the clock and I was like, "Oh, we've been in the sky for about 30 minutes."
Oh my
Time.
God.
I had to look at it. My eyes. I had to look at it. I was like, "Time to destination, 13 hours." Huh? I was so devastated.
Time to visit Craig down the back of the plane and back again is a round trip of 1 hour and 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Vancouver.
That hotel was awesome. I love that hotel. It was so good.
But that video right there, like I know it sucked. Obviously, you guys want to go home. You've been
Oh, we loved it.
families
I
for
loved it.
a week. That looked more fun than anything else. In my opinion, that looked so.
Yeah, it
Mate,
was
the Vancouver day was it was a blessing in disguise. Like I said to Craig, I said, like, let's book the same flight and hopefully it gets delayed again so we get another day in Vancouver.
Yeah, right. Yeah, EVs. You guys got to go see EVs. Like there's a ton of epic content there. And that looked like such a fun time. So
Oh, mate, it was such a great 24 hours. Like, rooftop heated pool.
Shoot for you as well, Scott. It's a different kind of style, which was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun. Except for downtown Chinatown was a little bit.
They have what do they call them? Meth zombies.
oh, nice.
There's people just standing in the middle of the sidewalk who have just had a hit, just like this.
If you spray painted them yellow, or gold, or something, or silver, and put a
Oh,
cap
my camera gone.
I said it just zoomed in on you when you did that. You were like,
Sorry.
"Oh yeah, look at that." You
Thank
were
God. Thank God I've got pants on.
I was gonna say, thank God. Zoomed in real quick.
Whoa.
Everyone stand up immediately.
Well, anyways,
cool. Right, guys, we've got about 5 minutes left. Any other further questions you guys have got for me, Drew, Craig, or Scott? Please put them in.
I will reiterate this again. As we touched on this before. So as content creators, we're filming, we're doing our stuff. You guys get to see our faces all the time, so we don't know who you are or what you look like. I actually base people on their rides. Like, I'll know 99% of the time. Like, someone will ride by me, I'm like, "Oh, I know that skateboard." I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" Like, so it's one of those things where if you see us, say hi to us. I know the pack here, we have little trinkets, little stickers, little stuff to give out. So please, we want to give back to the community. This is the whole point that we're doing this and going out there and saying hi to all you guys. So we actually get to have those one-on-one conversations that you know, we get to have online that we basically can have in real person. So I know, like I said, we got like little tiny things to give away to people. So, you know, if you come up, say hi, grab a sticker, whatever it may be. Just don't be shy. So don't walk by and be like, oh, I can't say hi to them or like that. Interrupt us, say hi to us. You know, if we're filming, we're talking to someone, you know, if I'm waiting online to go to the bathroom, maybe don't do that at that given point. But like otherwise, yeah, we're good. So or if I'm at the craps table and I'm just like up, like fucking
he will just tell you to get lost.
You know what we should do? Do an underlying kind of like shenanigans. Like we should just say to someone, guys, constantly say hi to Drew the whole time.
Yeah.
Constantly say hello to him.
My social media is also getting overfilled.
just get someone to constantly ask you to follow them on Instagram.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Hi, Drew. Hi.
I thought
You
that
gotta
was
stop
a
that.
kid for a second. I was like,
God.
is my daughter here?
Incredible.
Anyway, my battery's almost flat.
Yeah, it's cool. We don't have to go to the wire, so let's wrap it up here. Guys, always a pleasure. I want to try and keep this going monthly anyway. We could even do a round table at ESK8 Con. Set up a couple of games and do a round table like on site. That could be a simple thing at the end of the day. Be like, we're broken. Like, where do we go with this? You know. So that could be a little bit of fun as well. So maybe we could look at doing something like that. That would be good fun. For the ESK8 Con. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. If you haven't subscribed to any of these guys' channel, please check it out. All down below, Jazz. I need to add that actually, so I'm sorry. I need to add that. So I made bad in post. But then their channel names are on there anyway, so nice and easy. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm like 3 subs away from 2,500, so I'm going to be.
Don't say that because now the assholes will go and unsub just to teach you a lesson.
5 people.
I don't like him anyway. But yeah, absolute pleasure. 3-4 weeks. We are going to ESK8 Con. Hopefully to see you guys there, and it's going to be an absolute awesome trip. So stay safe, stay shredding, and I'll see you guys on the next one.